What is the secret to a long-lasting marriage?
Communication, clear communication, support, and allowing each being in the relationship to see reflections that will allow them to become more of who they truly are. Not any imposition of suppositions or insistences or assumptions about what they should be, but to allow them to become more of who they truly are. And that happens through support and clear communication, investigation of deep belief systems, why people choose to do what they choose to do, to understand each other and support each other in ways that allow each of the people in the relationship, again, as we said, to become more of who they truly are, to find their self-empowerment.
A twin flame doesn't always have to be for the purpose you think it is.
Oh.
Oh. What's our basic definition of relationships? Everyone in the relationship serves everyone else in the relationship by being the reflection they need at that moment to teach them how to be more of who they are, not what the person thinks the relationship should be for.
Yes.
Oh. So there are many kinds of twin flames. The idea doesn't necessarily always have to be reflective of what humans on your planet think of in the romantic sense. The idea is it's going to be the reflection that teaches you the most about yourself and gives you the opportunity to decide that you get to choose how to respond to things that come up that are unexpected in either a positive or a negative way, and that teaches you a lot about what you're willing to buy into about the truth of your own being.
Yes.
And no twin flame can do better than that.
How do people mess up relationships the most?
Well, in general, by not communicating clearly about who they really are and what it is they really prefer in their lives. A lot of people go into relationships, like I said, making certain assumptions, coloring it either with a cultural assumption or an expectation, and they're not really seeing the person that's there, and they're not really seeing what that person needs, and they may go into a relationship not even really understanding what they need and why that other person is in their lives. They may be ignoring the lessons that they need to get out of this. And again, bringing all sorts of assumptions about, how this relationship is supposed to look and what it means and how it's supposed to go. All of these things can get in the way of what the relationship is really there for. So clarity of communication, who are you in this relationship? Who is the other person in this relationship? What are they all about? What is it that is at the deepest desire within them? Because when it comes right down to it in any relationship, no matter how it's expressed in surface ways, the deep desires of almost every relationship are the same. To be heard, to belong, to be loved, to be helped, to serve others, to know that you belong, to know that you're worthwhile, to know that you're valuable, to know that you play a role that's important, and to help others learn that too. That's really the bottom line. And if everyone goes into a relationship with that understanding, we'd have a lot more healthy relationships.
Fundamentally, for the primary purpose of reflecting to everyone in the relationship what they need to know about themselves to become more aware of who they really are. Yes, that's the point of relationship.
Yes.
You all act as mirrors for each other to discover what you need to know about yourself so that you can integrate more of yourself and expand your awareness of who and what you are. Yes? In relation to all that is, which is also you.
Yeah, it's constant self-discovery.
Yes. Does that help?
Very much so. Thank you.
A few months ago, I made a choice to leave my husband.
All right.
And
why?
I felt that we were not serving each other
vibrationally compatible
at this time. Okay.
Do you understand? Now, I'm not saying right now, without more details, that this is the case, but I'm giving you a general understanding of something. You follow me?
Okay.
Sometimes the best way to be of service in the most loving way to someone else is to show them the consequences of their choices.
And if sometimes that means removing yourself physically from their proximity, because they need to understand that that's the consequences of the choice that they are making in making themselves vibrationally incompatible with who you prefer to be, then you're giving them the choice to either change to become more vibrationally compatible, or you are giving them the freedom to find out what they believe is more vibrationally compatible for them at this point in their lives. And that's the most unconditionally loving thing that you could do in that circumstance. So it's still being of service.
Yes. I feel that way very much.
Then there you go.
I completely relate to that. But it is excruciating for me.
No, it's not. Because if it is excruciating for you, then you don't understand what we just said, and you're not doing what you just said you were doing.
Okay.
It wouldn't be excruciating if you were actually recognizing that that is actually the most loving thing you can do. Now, you can have compassion for what the other person might be choosing to go through, but that does not involve feeling an excruciating pain.
Okay.
It's just a recognition that they may be at a certain stage in their life, and you bless them and give them energy and unconditional love to find what they need, to allow them to make their choice. Because if you want them to allow you to make the choices you believe are best for you, you have to also unconditionally allow them to make the choices that at this point in their evolution they believe is best for them. That's the most unconditionally loving thing you can do.
Okay.
Does that make more sense to you?
Yes.
Remember, your own bags weigh nothing. If you feel weighed down, it's because you're carrying baggage that belongs to someone else. Don't be a thief and steal other people's bags. Drop them and let yourself feel lighter. And also, we remind you and everyone, once again, the first step toward enlightenment is to lighten up on yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes.